As a musician and composer, I should probably be worried about the advances in AI in music. It now means that anybody with no musical ability or with any creative input can come up with a fully produced song and put it out there on the internet. And I think a lot of people think to themselves, why have I spent my life learning how to do music when now anybody can do it? Now, I'm not really interested in using AI to do that, but I am interested in how I can use it as a creative tool. I'm a bit late to the party with this, as I've only just started playing around with it this week, but I've been asked by the people at musiccreator.ai to have a look at their platform and do a video on it. So that's what I'm doing, and in the process of doing it, I've got very excited and inspired by it. They're not paying me to make this video, but they have given me a free subscription to try it out. I've got the professional subscription for a few months to give it a go, so if you go on the website you can have a look at the pricing and stuff. But so far I'm liking what I've tried. I feel a bit guilty by feeling so inspired and excited by this, but it's kind of made me feel the same way I felt when I was first able to record something that I'd written, and then when I first had access to a multi-track recorder. I mean, I never had my own multi-track recorder until I was an adult, because they were expensive when I was younger, but I borrowed one off the school, a little cassette 4-track recorder, which, you know, looking back, they're very limited and sound pretty terrible and very hissy. But just that idea of being able to layer things up, how exciting it was. And this is, you know, a far more advanced level, this AI, but it's kind of a similar feeling, having these tools at my fingertips to help with the creative process. It's really exciting. Now, I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to go onto a sort of screen record thing and show you how I've used the platform and what I've used it for. But first, I just wanted to say a few things in general about AI and music. I think most musicians' first response when they hear one of these generated tracks, I mean, there's all kinds of things on the internet. That there's sort of cover versions of well-known songs done in a kind of soul style. There was a Simple Minds one done as a kind of old soul track. I've also heard stuff that sounds like an old soul song with very funny lyrics in, and it's just incredible, the production. Unless someone says to you it's AI, it's getting to the point where you can't tell the difference. Not that long ago it was pretty obvious if things were AI, but now there's even speculation about these different bands that have come out that are completely generated by AI, even the photographs of them. But as I say, I'm not interested in using that way to create everything, but as a tool, if you're putting in your own creativity, how does it work? Now, my first thought when I first heard one of these tracks wasn't, oh no, I might as well give up, what's the point of this? It was, how can I use this as a tool? So that was the way I've approached this, which I think is a more constructive way of approaching it than going, oh my God, I'm just going to give up now. Now, as you'll see in a minute, the first thing I did was allowed AI to do the sort of heavy lifting when it came to the creativity. I put in just some lyrics and let it come up with all the music, and I have to say, you know, it's very impressive what it comes up with, this whole production. But I did think that the most original and inventive bit of it was the lyrics that I put in, which I spent absolutely ages writing quite some time ago. But it didn't. It comes up with stuff, and it's very derivative. It's an amalgamation of stuff that it's gone and got from somewhere. And really, I suppose when a human being is creating something, it's an amalgamation of all of their experience, all the things they've heard. But I think the difference is when a human being's doing it, they sometimes put together things that are unexpected, or they might make a mistake, which then you keep in. I mean, I've written stuff before, and particularly if I'm playing the piano, I'm not brilliant at the piano. I'll do something, I'll play a wrong chord. Oh, that's nice, I'll keep that in. And it's those little things which you're not going to get with this. When it's computerized, you're not going to get mistakes which it will keep. It will discard mistakes, or it won't make mistakes. So that's the difference, and it's not going to put together weird, quirky things necessarily, unless you tell it to. But it's those things which make original music interesting to me, and I don't think you're ever going to get that in AI. But as a tool, it can really speed things up. What I like about it, and why I found it useful, is that it's allowed me to concentrate completely on the creative process of the song. The bit that always I find a stumbling block when I'm trying to demo up a song, if I'm thinking, right, I'm writing this song for somebody else to write, and then I demo it, I start obsessing about the production of the track and the vocal on the track. Whereas if I just put this into AI, all of that's taken care of, giving me more time just to work on the creative side of things rather than worrying about the sort of technical nuts and bolts. I've only just scratched the surface with this. I've only used a little bit of this program, but I want to show you what I've done and try and explain why I think this is useful as a tool, not as a replacement for people, but something. It's like the analogy when cameras were invented. painters thought, well, what's the point now? What's the point of me painting anything, trying to make it look as realistic as possible? Somebody can just take a photo of it. Well, that's when art then became non-representational. People then just made art that expressed themselves. They created things that didn't look like nature in their paintings. And like with all these disruptive technologies, you have to embrace it, and it makes you push things further. So hopefully that is what this is going to do, and the way I would like to try and use it in the future. So over to the computer, and I'm going to show you the platform and how I used it. Right, this is the interface you can see here on the rest of the screen. I think probably the best place to start with this is to show you the song I've kind of started with. And I'd completely forgotten I made this video, and it actually made me laugh. I thought there was a couple of quite funny bits in. I'll show you the first verse and chorus from the video, and I'll put a link in so you can watch the whole thing, which is on YouTube. But this is the song that I've kind of been experimenting with, just because originally I had an acoustic version of it, which didn't work for some reason. I've got it all working now. I had an acoustic version just with a guitar and voice. But I moved on from that, and I'll show you what I did with it. But first of all, let me show you the original song. So this is what I started with, and I put a lot of work into this recording and this video. And there's no AI involved with this. It's all live instruments, live brass section, live drums, live everything. And I made the video myself. So watch the video first, and then I'll show you what I've managed to do with AI to sort of take it a step further.
Born to be a drifter, so you never put down roots. Moving with your daddy's work and your shady upper suits. So you stick around just long enough to keep me satisfied. Then you set the screen door swinging in the middle of the night. Like the winter sun of a summer rain.
So let's have a look at this interface now. As you can see on the left, we've got all these different categories. These are all the different things it can do. And there's actually, I can't remember where it is now. I'd have to go into it and look. But there's actually, the list is even longer of what it does. And I've only used this for a few, I've only used a few of the different elements. The main one is this AI music generator. So the first thing I did is I just put in the lyrics of that song that you just heard to see what it would do. Because I thought, well, you know, maybe it might come up with some different ideas, things that I hadn't thought of. And it did. Now, on this song, I'm not going to change it because I like the tune and everything that I've come up with. But I thought, I wonder what it will come up with. And so this is just from the lyrics. And I just put in the prompt. So if I show you here, so if I go to this own lyrics section, I just put in a title. I put in the lyrics. You have to format them properly. It took a little bit of playing around to get it right, but it's not difficult. I'd written the word chorus instead of writing the chorus out again. It's just things like that. You've got to put the actual words in the order you want them to be. It's pretty obvious, really. It's a computer. It doesn't read the word chorus and then go back to the bit that... Actually, it might do, but it didn't. I didn't try that. And then vocal gender, I made it male because I wanted it to be in the same key as... actually, no, not this, but I wanted it to be male just because it's me singing it. I did do some other ones when I was experimenting with a female vocal, which I liked as well. And then basically you've got these different bits under the styles. You can actually freely type and describe a style. I didn't try referencing other artists, but I don't think it reference other artists or specific styles. But you can put in genres, and then you can put in the mood, the instrumentation, ambience, which I suppose is if you're doing like a something for, a bit of incidental music or something for a video, then you can add these kind of sound effects. And then vocal gender again, but I've already got that selected further up. And then with this one, so I've just got all the lyrics in there, and I've just said generate the music. And this is what it came up with the lyrics from that song that you just heard a minute ago.
Guess you were born to be a drifter, so you never put down roots. Moving with your daddy's work and his shadier pursuit.
Shadier.
You stick around just long enough to keep me satisfied. Then you set the screen door swinging in the middle of the night, like the winter sun or the summer rain. I'd never know when you'll be back again. Like a shooting star or the bluest moon. Maybe I'll wait, but it's tearing me in two. I'll just have to live with and without you.
It's amazing, isn't it, how it can do that production? And I like the vocal. There's not a lot in there that makes it sound that AI. There might be a few little artifacts, but it's pretty convincing. And I like the pedal steel. The only thing I would say, it's very generic. It's not. There's nothing in there you go, oh, that's interesting. It really is a kind of paint by numbers thing, but it's brilliant. If I just wanted that to be something in the background, or I want a country song that says these words. I mean, it's fantastic. But as I say, for me, it's difficult to say as it's my own thing. But it's the lyrics that made that interesting, and I spent ages on those lyrics. So then I thought, what's the next thing I can do? I tried putting it in with the acoustic, and there must have been something wrong with the file. That didn't work. So I just thought, do you know what? I'm just going to stick in my full production version, the version that I played you a minute ago, and see what it does with it. This is what it turned it into. And, well, a spoiler here. It copied my guitar lines. It copied the vocal line. It's done it in the same key. It's copied the key change. It's basically, the option I did, let me show you, is I've gone AI Music Generator. I've dragged so I've put it in prompt. I've dragged in the audio. And then when you put the audio in, it says, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to cover it? So I put cover. And then all I did was set the genre to be pop country. That's all I've done. Oh, and you put the lyrics in as well. It doesn't hear the lyrics and reproduce them. I put the lyrics in exactly as I sung them. And that's what we've got here. So put the lyrics in, I've dragged the audio in, process it, doesn't take very long at all. And this is what it came up with. And I just think it's pretty amazing. Here we go.
Guess you were born to be a drifter, so you never put down roots. Moving with your daddy's work and his shadier pursuits. You stick around just long enough to keep me satisfied. Then you set the screen door swinging in the middle of the night. Like the winter sun or the summer rain. I never know when you'll be back again. Like a shooting star or the bluest moon. Maybe I'll wait, but it's tearing me in two. I'll just have to live with and without you.
So the only thing it did, it changed the hook line. So I sung it with and without you, and this sung it with and... Oh, I can't remember what it did. It changed the emphasis, which actually I don't mind. I love the vocal delivery. I really like the production. And what I like about it most is that it's... When I'm demoing my songs, I get distracted by my own vocal performance, the production and everything. So I'm no longer concentrating on the song. I'm just concentrating on all of the technical aspects. And this takes that all away, so I can just literally concentrate on the song. Let me play the other version, because it defaults to doing two versions of it, and I really like the groove of the other version. And I like, it's a different voice, which I like too. And it changes the chords in a way that I like.
Guess you were born to be a drifter, so you never put down roots. Moving with your daddy's work and his shadier pursuits.
Shadier.
You stick around just long enough to keep me satisfied. Then you set the screen door swinging in the middle of the night. Like the winter sun
Bass line.
or the summer rain, I never know when you'll be back again. Like a shooting star or the bluest moon, maybe I'll wait, but it's tearing me in two. I'll just have to live with and without you.
That changed the hook line as well, but I still like it. It's great the way it puts in that bass line, boom, 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 which I didn't think of when I was doing it. It's put on the great production ideas. And as I say, as a tool, so what I'm thinking now, I could re-record this. I wouldn't put this out as it is, but it's just giving me little sparks of ideas, and I'm not going to copy it exactly, but just like that bass line idea, just a little idea there, I can incorporate that into my own recording. There was another thing I did. I just put in some lyrics of. There's a song that I think I started writing it 9 or 10 years ago. I really like the chorus and the tune. I like the lyrics, but I've never managed to make it all come together and work. Because I'm trying to make it into a pop country song. I was writing it really, with the idea of somebody else performing it, as I did with most of these songs. I didn't ever intend to perform them, but I ended up, bringing them out myself. And so this is just giving me this opportunity to hear what they might sound like done by someone else. And this song that I started 10 years ago, I've put it into here, and there's no sort of huge ideas that I'm going to take wholesale and put into, but it gave me an idea for a feel and a little melody phrase that just kicked off an idea for me, which I think is such a useful tool. So I'm bound to be doing another video at some point which has those elements in it, and it's just inspired me. I think I've got lots of songs that I hadn't finished because I couldn't get that sound and the production how I want them. So this is going to be a tool to give me suggestions of how I can then make them sound the way I want to. Because I kind of approached this originally wanting to do it as a songwriter rather than a performer. And I ended up performing the songs because I realised how difficult it is to get these songs to other performers. So the other thing I did, I used this AI stem splitter stuff. Actually, I didn't do it there. There's a stem splitter section where you can upload the file. Or you can use one of the ones I think I did it here, actually, one of the ones I've already done. So you just select it, and then it's 2 credits to separate the stems. It does bass, drums, vocal, and then everything else, which on these was kind of guitar and keyboards. So it doesn't split it out completely, and it seems to take quite a long time to do it. I don't know why, when it's created it hasn't done it in a stem way. I don't know if this is how other AI programs work. So yeah, I did that, and that was pretty successful. So what that meant as well is I could put that vocal that I really liked onto my original recording. So I can just use the vocal if I want, or I can just use the vocal then to kind of use it to influence my vocal. So that was really useful. That worked. Bizarrely though, these tracks, it's kind of the same tempo as the original that I did, which was 85 BPM for that one, but it didn't line up with the grid in my sequencer no matter what I did. So I had to auto detect it, and it seems to push and pull the tempo, which is interesting. I don't know quite whether I'm doing something wrong, and the only other thing which I'm going to leave you with this video, is it gave me this AI music video, which was I thought it was going to do something a bit snazzier than this, but it just gives you some sort of stock photos. It's basically a good way of getting a lyric video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play you that. I'm going to leave you with this video to play the video out. I hope you enjoyed this, and maybe this might inspire you as well, the way it's inspired me. And I'm fired up now. I'm going to do a whole album of this pop country stuff, which I really like. I know it's not necessarily as a musician cool to like that, or to say that you like AI, but check this out. It's musiccreator.ai, and this is doing loads of really good things that I don't know if the other ones do this. I've not tried anything. This is the first one of these programs I've tried, and I'm very, very impressed with what it's doing. So I bring out new videos 7 p.m. UK time every Friday. I'm going to leave you with this AI generated video, with this AI generated production of my song, which was not AI written. It was all written by me. All the lyrics, all the melodies that you hear, they're all written by me, but it's just been input into this. And the instrumentation, the production, the vocal is all AI, but the actual idea was human. Hope to see you next week.
Guess you were born to be a drifter, so you never put down roots. Moving with your daddy's work and his shadier pursuits. You stick around just long enough to keep me satisfied. Then you set the screen door swinging in the middle of the night. Like the winter sun or the summer rain, I never know when you'll be back again. Like a shooting star or the bluest moon, maybe I'll wait, but it's tearing me in two. I'll just have to live with and without you. I stretch out in my king size just to find you're gone again. Everyone must think you're my imaginary friend. I pack up all your things again, memories I wish you took, and put them with my broken heart someplace I never looked. Like the winter sun or the summer rain, I never know when you'll be back again. Like a shooting star or the bluest moon, maybe I'll wait, but it's tearing me in two. I'll just have to live with and without you. Next time that I find you gone, it should be me that's moving on. You're the last bad habit that I can't quit, but there ain't a lot left of me to give. Like the winter sun